What up with you guys? You know who it is. It's your boy, John Mike, and I'm back again. I know it's been a while. Been doing some traveling and doing some things like that. But today I'm going to be talking about Session Strings Pro 2 by Native Instruments. They dropped this about a week or so ago, or a month, or 2 years, or 15 years ago, depending on when you're watching this. But they dropped it. And it's new on the scene. It is the answer to their original Session Strings Pro. If you have that, I have that up here somewhere in this library. Session Strings Pro, the original. And I'm going to do a comparison video, a different video from this. This is just a strictly overview video of this particular instrument. And I think it's really, really dope and absolutely amazing, as I say all the time about everything that I do. I don't use things unless they're absolutely amazing, right? What else is you going to use it if it's not amazing? All right, anyway, so this is pretty dope. They updated the interface, first of all, gives you a little bit more graphical interface, and they kind of simplified it. And they also kind of gave it the feel of, this was made by E Instruments, so they gave it the same kind of feel that Session Horns Pro kind of has, where you can actually click here and you can say, you know, what you want in this area. If you just want one cello, or if you want two cellos. In Session Horns Pro, you could choose what type of horns and everything that you wanted. So they added that same kind of feel to this particular instrument or whatever, where you can kind of add those in, and you've got all of the little velocity switches and smart chord stuff that they have always been known for. But one thing I thought was really dope is they added this little area right here where you can actually determine which section gets the most room on the board. So if you want more bass in, more basses, you can kind of pull those in. If you want more violas or cellos, or whatever you want to kind of take the broad spectrum of your keyboard, then you can set it like that in this zoning area down here, which is pretty cool. I'm just going over the interface right here on this part, and then we'll get into the actual sounds of it. Then you have a lot of articulations. And now what I like here is they have a velocity switch type situation where you can switch to either or of these articulations based on how hard you hit the note. So the first articulation is set on sustain. So as I play it, but once I hit a threshold and hit it really, really hard, it goes to accented. So if I want like really hard, without having to set up and do multiple articulations on different tracks, if I'm just doing a couple of different articulations, I could easily switch through them via velocity, which is pretty dope. And that's pretty much the main page. And then you have the mixer section, which is set up and gives you compression, EQ on each section, which I think is really dope. Pan, delay, reverb, all of those different things like that. And then they have the effects and what they call color, where you can actually put it through different types of, different types of what's the word I'm looking for? Different types of consoles. That's the word I was looking for, to get you some different types of sounds and different types of color. You got warmth, insert effects, wood. You got bow. You got all kind of good stuff here under the effects that can make it into something very unique and really craft the sound that they didn't have in the original version. So I think it's really, really dope. So with that being the overview of the interface, let's get into how it actually sounds and some of these articulations, which I haven't heard some of these articulations in some of the other string libraries that are available. So the first, of course, as you load it up, is a sustain. So really nice. But you also have like legato mode, which kind of will allow you to do some of those. Gives you some liberty to kind of do that, you stuff like that. But what I love is they added Portamento, Portamento. Am I saying that right? which is those glides between, the notes or what have you when you're trying to get those expressive. And even more accentuated, it would be a glissando, where you can actually get like something that's like this. you know, so on and so forth. When you're holding down one note and moving to the other, you can get that glissando. Sustain, we heard that one. Accented, of course, but it'll hold down as well. So that one's always cool. Staccato. Dope. Then you have spiccato. Pizzicato, of course. You know, do the men do you know what it sounds like. I thought this one was pretty cool because it kind of has a fade. For those who don't know what that is, it gives you a fade down in volume, so it starts out kind of hard and then goes down, diminishes. You know, and forte piano. Tremolo. You've heard a lot of these in some of the others, but what I like what they did with this is the trio section. You can actually change the keys and different things in major and minor. It's pretty cool. But outside of the trio, they have trio semi, which is a semitone trio. Then they have a whole, um, like a whole step trio. You know? And then they have a, okay, it's the same one, trio whole step. They have slide up. These are some I haven't seen in some other libraries. And it's like a slow, but then they have a fast one. Oh, a slide down slow. Then you have a slide up fast and a slide down fast. And then this was really cool, the accent crescendo. So you can just play a chord. It's pretty cool on a fast, but then you can do it slower to get a more dramatic effect. I think that's really, really cool. Then they have a crescendo, just a regular crescendo. Really cool. And a slow crescendo. So I think that's really, really dope. That's pretty much all the articulations. And then you can switch through, like I said, with the velocity switch to play harder to get a different articulation. And then they have it broke down into different sections, which they call modern and traditional. And right now I'm using the ensemble traditional, but if I pull it in now, just to kind of remind you, let's pull it in modern. I think it just has a brighter kind of tone to it. And let's see if we can tell the difference just here in comparison between the modern and then the traditional version. So this is the traditional version. I mean the modern. So not it's some difference, in harmonically and tone wise. You can tell if you're probably listening on headphones or what have you, or through monitors or whatever the case. There's a little bit of a difference between the tone and the feel of the strings. So that's pretty much like the overview of it. They just break it down into different sections: basses, cellos, violas, and violins, everything that you would expect. Contrary to the previous version of session strings, they don't have an animator that was built into that you could use to, like a phrase player, to play different phrases. And they may have did that for various reasons, because there are several other phrase playing string libraries that Native Instruments already has on deck right now. So they probably didn't want to kind of do overkill by adding that into this. But it's pretty cool. The interface of it is updated. The sound of it is updated. And the articulations are definitely there. So that's kind of a pretty much really quick down and dirty overview of Session Strings Pro 2. I hope this really helped you. Oh yeah, wanted to throw this in real quick. I know it's a shameless plug, but I got these shirts available, the 251. Check these out. 251. 251. You see these are shirts that I'm doing for musicians and different things like that. 251 is a chord progression that is used commonly in jazz and gospel music. You see it a lot, and I think it's used in other genres, but it's commonly and more used in those genres than any other genre. So if you want to get these shirts just to kind of show your support for the channel and for 251, go ahead and check that out. The link is in the description. But you know how we do, guys. Hope this video helped you and blessed you and all that good stuff like that. Hit that like button, the subscribe button, turn on notifications, drop a comment below just to say what's up, and I'll talk to you guys on the next stream. I'm out. Holla at your boy.